It is that time of week, ladies and gentlemen, to come on in the Coach E's film room where we break down the best, the finest, and some of the worst plays of the past Browns week, whether it be a victory or a loss. We always show how we can get better. We talk about how we can do better and what we see from the eye in the sky because the eye in the sky don't lie. So we're going to start this week off the Browns versus the Raiders. It was a Cleveland takeover out there in Vegas. Everybody was on my timeline out there. Boy, y'all had a ball. Came home with a loss, but, we'll get them next week. The first quarter, we have 12 minutes and 6 seconds left in the first quarter. 3rd and 10. The Browns have the offense. The Browns have the ball. We have Deshaun Watson in the shotgun with Ford to his left. We have Akins at the bottom of the screen, right by that third down signal going forward, right next to the tackle, which means he's tight. He possibly could be max protection because it looks like the Raiders have another defender outside of him showing that he could be rushing off the edge or possibly blitzing. So you have 3 receivers at the top of the screen. You have Amari Cooper, Jerry Jeudy, and why do I always forget his freaking name? Elijah Moore, closer to the tight end. Closer to the tackle, DeJuan Jones. So this whole week, last week, we were talking about how the refs never, ever call a roughing the passer on Deshaun Watson, how they just let him get beat up and let him get mangled and leave him out for dead. But he heard my cry, said the ref. This is the play that I'm talking about. We finally got a roughing the passer call. So let's start it and see what happens. Sean Watson gets the ball. He drops back. He gets hit dead in the mouth from that blitzer that I was talking about coming off of the edge. The tight end did not make that block like he was supposed to, which left Deshaun Watson so vulnerable for that hit right in the mouth. And what does he do? He sticks in the pocket. He sits there, reads the field. Elijah Moore runs a crossing route, and he is open. Deshaun Watson looks down the barrel of a gun and completes the pass. This is the Deshaun Watson that everybody was waiting for to show and to make plays like this on a consistent basis. This is one of the best games, I believe, personally, that he has had since he's been a Brown. So if we can continue to get this play out of him and everybody else lift their play, their level of play, we can get things back on track. Right now, it's not looking too good, but there's plenty of games left. If we go 9-4 right now, from this point on, we can definitely still make the playoffs. Just want to throw that out there and give you all some hope, Browns fans. But once again, this is the type of play that we've been waiting for Deshaun Watson to make. We already know the tough guy he is. He already shows his toughness. This was another example of him being extremely tough, taking that hit right to the chin, looking down the barrel of a gun, as they say, and completing the pass for a first down in a very crucial 3rd and 10 position on the first drive of the game. You got anything, B? Or you going?
Now, I just want to quickly add that I meant to say this too in the pod, man. Hey, that report came out he wasn't running, but he was running his ass off this game. Look, kudos to you, brother. He was running.
Yeah, so I think it got misconstrued what he was saying. He was saying like he didn't really like designed run calls, but the
Hmm.
reason he was running this week was because he had to run for his life again in certain situations. But I think that's just what he's talking about. He has no problem with making that decision of running and
Hmm.
getting everything out and being an athlete and making the correct read. But I think that's what he was talking about.
Okay.
We're still in the first quarter with 5 minutes and 42 seconds left. The Cleveland Browns have the ball in the red zone, goal to go, 2nd and goal to go to be exact. We already have been on a 14 play drive with 69 yards and eating up 9 minutes and 18 seconds off of the clock. So we have the I formation, classic I formation that everybody loves. This is what you was talking about, B, going big, getting a big
Hmm.
lineup in there and giving the defense something to think about. So for one, I want y'all to pay attention. Like I said, we are in 2nd and goal at the 1 yard line. Pay attention to how far those linebackers are into the end zone. So it's either one or two things. They want them to get a full head of steam coming down to the line of scrimmage and trying to make a play with the defensive line trying to submarine and take out the offensive line's legs so they can't either pull or they can't like finish the block that they intended to and have the linebackers come over and make the play if they were to give the ball to Foreman in the backfield with Nick Harris at the fullback spot. And I do want to point something out as the fullback spot right there. Sometimes with offensive linemen, because Nick, what is his name again?
Nick Harris.
There we go. Nick Harris is a center by trade. So he doesn't have the vision that running backs have. So sometimes it's a good and bad thing by putting offensive line in the backfield at the fullback position. But they traditionally don't see where holes have the tendency to develop. They just try to go full speed and create their own hole, which sometimes could be a bad thing where they could have had another block, a key block to the outside and stop a defender from coming in and getting the running back for a tackle for loss. But with this play, you got the tight end at the bottom of the screen with his hands in the ground. You have another tight end behind him at the wing back position by the second and goal sign. So like I said before, second and goal, we have the I formation. What I've been saying for so long, especially this year, I have been waiting for the opportunity to get Deshaun Watson on a rollout play. We have been running him straight back to a spot, and the defensive line knows where he's going to be. The defensive coordinator knows where he's going to end up, and where they've been sending the blitz. So therefore, if we get him to do a play action and roll out, meaning to run around the edge of the defense to create more space to give him a running lane or to give him an open vision to see the receivers in a pass play. So let's see what we got here in this I formation on second and goal from the 1. We got the motion. We have the fake to the running back, tight end wide open. Because just like I said, we got Deshaun Watson moving to the perimeter of the defense, which gives him a two-way go. He can run it in or make the pass just like he did into the end zone for a wide open touchdown to the tight end like he did. But we have to see more of this, not just on the goal line, but just period in the offense, just to make him such a dual threat weapon that he is. So I love to see this. This was an awesome call. I always second guess Kevin's play calling, but this one I totally agree with. This is an awesome job. But the bad part about it, it was the end of the scripted plays. Whenever we score on the first drive, I always say, all right, guys, the game is about to start because that's the end of the scripted plays. Now he has to coach, and we'll see what happens after that. But we did get on the board first. We struck first and had the lead 7-0. And we all know what happened after that.
They called us the champ of the first play drive, the first drive. They called us the champion of that. But yo, hey man, I'm glad you picked these two plays because it was exactly like we was talking about last week. They went with the big package. It went absolutely nowhere on that first down. Yeah, it was like, dude, Nick Harris ran into the back of somebody. It was all over. So I was like, damn.
And that's what I'm talking about, using an offensive lineman in those situations. Like I said, their vision isn't as good as like a traditional fullback or regular running backs would be. So they have tendencies to just, try to muscle stuff and just go straight and hope it worked and hope the running back is still following them. But half the time, sometimes the running back is like, oh, God, he went the wrong way. So let me try and make another play. And it always goes bad after that. So luckily that one did go the perfect way. Yeah.
I stand corrected, my brother, because I was like, put it in the big pack, man. That went nowhere. Zero.
It's all right. You got a good idea going. That don't mean it's a bad idea. Just like we was talking about earlier in the episode, you just got to capitalize and do it the right way. All right, we fast forward to second quarter, 1 minute 54 seconds left in the half. We are at 2nd and 5. It's tied 10-10. This is a very important drive for people that understand the game of football. We are not getting the ball back at halftime. So you want to go in there and get some momentum, try to score before halftime, whether it be a 3 points, whether it be a field goal or a touchdown. No matter what, you just want to have momentum going into the locker room just because you're not getting the ball back at halftime. So we have a shotgun formation. We have a H-back in the backfield that looks like a tight end. We have Jerome Ford to our right-hand side with Deshaun Watson. Have Amari Cooper at the bottom of the screen, set out there by himself. You have Elijah Moore in the slot at the top of the screen. You have Jerry Jeudy at the far top of the screen. Now, this play is very, very important for us to complete as a team because this gives us another option that Deshaun is so good at, This is called a RPO. RPO meaning a run pass option. You have the option to run the ball, you have the option to pass the ball. So you are going to look what Deshaun Watson does when he gets the ball. He's going to hold that ball in Jerome Ford's stomach as if he's going to give it to him. So if he sees what the defense is doing and somebody commits or is still in their their pass drop, he will hand the ball off because it's naturally going to be a running lane somewhere. If somebody bites down on the run, he's going to keep the ball, take it out of Jerome Ford's stomach, and try to look for a receiver that's open because somebody bit on the run. Now, your homework as viewers is this very play right here, the RPO play. You have to tell me in the defense who Deshaun saw do what that gives the outcome of this play and the decision that Deshaun ultimately makes. So if you see somebody bite on the run and he passes, tell me who it is. Or if you see somebody bites on the pass and he runs it, tell me who do you think it is. What defender on the Raiders do you think opened up this play? So let's go ahead and hit play, see what happens. Deshaun gets a snap. He reads it. He puts the ball in Ford's stomach. He didn't like the run. So he makes a play, gets outside of the pocket. Jerry Jeudy came from the top of the screen all the way across the field to get in Deshaun's eye level so he can throw that ball down the field. So Jerry Jeudy ran what you call a crossing route. He stopped because he thought it was zone, and it was zone, and he saw Deshaun get outside of the pocket. He sat down for a little bit, made himself available, and that was a hell of a ball by Deshaun on the run. This was his bread and butter. This was the Deshaun Watson that we all wanted, that we still want, and that we are getting slowly but surely. But that was a perfect execution of the RPO. Now, like I said before, people, you have to tell me what defender he read to give him the outcome of that play and make him make that final decision of that play. Hit us up at Gmail I keep saying Gmail. Game for all seasons at gmail.com or hit us in the comments of this YouTube session right here. Catch this on YouTube. Got anything, B?
I like it. Can I answer the question? No, I'm gonna leave it for the viewers.
Man, quit cheating, man. They gotta do the homework their damn self.
That was a great play. Another great play, Coach E. Really good play. Really good pick.
So right now we have the fourth quarter just beginning. 15 minutes left in the fourth quarter. I'm sorry. Raiders are up 20-10. It is 3rd and 1. Very huge play to swing momentum to try and get something going in the last quarter to try and come back and win this game. So we have the Raiders in a very tight bunch formation. You have at the top of the screen the tight end down and 3-point stands at the edge of the line, hopefully to pick up a blitzing Browns defender off of the edge. You also have both of the receivers at the bottom of the screen in a real tight formation, single back in the back of the backfield right here behind the quarterback. They are trying to get this first down. They know if they don't get this first down, they are in Browns territory. They're going to have to punt and give us the ball. But the defense, your mindset as a defense right here, well, me personally as a defensive coordinator, I want to blitz this right here to get whatever situation they got, what they think they have, to speed them up, just to put pressure on them and hopefully create a turnover, create a fumble, do a misread, get the quarterback to panic and throw a pick if it's a pass play, or just to make them do something out of the ordinary. You can only do that with pressure. You got to send pressure, aka blitz them. That's what I would do personally as a defense coordinator. So let's see what happens here. The receiver goes into motion, number 11 at the bottom of the screen. See if we are in man. Nobody goes with him. We get a good push on the offensive line. Defensive lineman break free. You see Myles Garrett came through first. Then we have JOK coming through on the other side. Myles Garrett made the running back cut and go the opposite way, right into JOK. He hits him, causes the fumble. McLeod picks it up, takes it all the way to the house. Rodney McLeod scores a defensive scoop and score for the Browns to get 20-16, 10 seconds, ran off the clock in the fourth quarter. This was a huge play momentum-wise. Now this is creeping in doubt in the Raiders' mind, like, oh man, here we go again. We're about to lose another tight game. But the very, very next play is such a huge play. It was even bigger than this one. You initially thought that this would be the biggest play right here, but come to find out, it's not. So we line up this very next play after the Rodney McLeod touchdown, line up for a routine extra point. So the announcer that was doing this game was a kicker, Jay Philly. He breaks it down. He said he believes that Hopkins' plant foot was too close to the ball when he was about to kick it, which means the kick can go either far left or far right because your whole body is off balance. And Hopkins ends up missing this extra point, which takes so much momentum that you had. You were way up here, and all of a sudden, you're way down there because you missed this extra point. We possibly could have had the ball and drove at the end of the game to try for a field goal, but now, since we missed this extra point, now we have to score a freaking touchdown. But the kicker got his plant foot wrong and kicked it, and his hips was open too much to the left. Therefore, we missed the extra point to the left. 20-16, which it should have been 20-17, with the opportunity to tie with a possible field goal. All right, people. Now, from that extra point that I just explained that we missed that put us in a bind, it is 20-16 right now with 41 seconds left in the game. It is 4th and 3. If we make that extra point off of that scoop and score touchdown that the defense just did, we should be lining up for a game time field goal right here. But since we missed that extra point, now we have to go for the first down and get the clock either stopped somehow because we still have 2 timeouts left. Get this first down, get a timeout, stop the clock, and try to score a touchdown to win the game since we're down by 4 instead of 3. Now, if you listen to the pod, earlier in the pod, I explained to Byron how I didn't like this selection of a play with the formation. Now, the route concept might be a good idea with route concept, but just the presentation and the tightness of this play, I don't like at all. Deshaun Watson all game was very comfortable in the empty set or the one back set with everything spread out with receivers at the top of the screen and the bottom of the screen, which means the defense wouldn't be so tight and so close to Deshaun and restricting a lot of the escape lanes that he was having all game. This is a very important situation right here. This is a very important play. So me personally, I would have went either 5 wide or 4 wide with one back in the backfield just in case if somebody sneaks through, you can get that back out on the outlet route or wheel route or just a dump off on the side over there so he can make somebody miss just to get a first down. We don't have to score a touchdown right here. For everybody that's sitting here thinking like, we got to score here, we got to score. No, we have to just get a first down to get another set of downs, utilize those 2 timeouts so we can score a touchdown then. But this is very important just to get a first down. We do not need a touchdown. If it's presented itself, absolutely take the touchdown. But at the top of the screen, you can see Amari Cooper, Elijah Moore, and Jerry Jeudy in a tight bunch. That is where I'm saying we're screwing ourselves. I would spread them out to give that defense way more holes and way more running lanes, and even have the tight end at the bottom of the screen go out a little further. Who knows? Possibility you have a height disadvantage with that tight end and with that DB. So why not put him all the way at the bottom by the numbers? And if you're in trouble, throw him a fade ball. He's about 6'5". He's a good enough athlete to jump and make a play on the ball. You never know. That could be a mismatch right there. You can have Amari Cooper way at the top of the screen, right by the hashes. Who knows? He can beat the defender on the inside. He could be open at the first down mark, throw him the ball, sit down, to call a timeout, get the first down. Elijah Moore can go on a crossing route if you're spread out and have him as the third receiver closest to the tackle, do a crossing route just like he did earlier in the game to catch that first down to keep the drive going. And you can have Jerry Jeudy just clear everything out, get another defender to go deep just to open up those other routes that I was talking about. And once again, that back in the backfield can go on a swing route. You can hit him, have Amari Cooper block, have Elijah Moore block, have Jerry Jeudy block just so he can get the first down, possibly get out of bounds, save those 2 timeouts. So with this being so tight, I didn't like that because it's cutting down your options and your possibilities. But like I said, very important play right here. So let's see what's going on. You got Mari Cooper coming in motion all the way down the bottom of the screen, still tight, not opening it up at all. He was looking Amari Cooper's way. The pocket started collapsing. He saw at the last minute that he had to try to get outside of the pocket and make a decision. Once again, this could have been another perfect time to get him going on a boot as soon as he gets the ball from the center, to get him to roll out, to get the defense to retrace their steps and open up something on the backside, or to get him going towards the line of scrimmage to at least get that first down to keep the drive going. But with this being so tight, it just restricts so much. It doesn't give him any room to work. True enough, it could have been some open receivers there. He could have got the ball out, but that's that confidence stuff that we were talking about earlier in the episode. Maybe he didn't trust himself. Maybe his foot wasn't right. His feet wasn't right to throw the ball where he was initially seeing that it was open. Regardless, I do believe that he could have just got the ball up and had somebody try to make a play, but instead he tried to get outside of the pocket, get out of harm's way, and try to make a play. But we end up not getting the first down, not getting the touchdown. So therefore, that's the end of the game, and that's the way the Browns lost the game. So we have to find a way to be more consistent on offense, because next week we have the Washington Commanders. They're going to score, so we're going to have to keep up with them in scoring. And the way we played here this week, the way we played the previous 4 weeks, has not been a good scoring juggernaut. So we got to find out a way to get some points on the board, or find a way for the defense to rise up and slow down this Commander offense so we can be in the game scoring 16 points. I mean, I highly doubt it, but you can only hope for the best. So if we get the defense playing the right way, and if we get the offense playing the right way and making plays consistently and keeping the penalties out of the game, should be a good game. But once again, ladies and gentlemen, this wraps up another episode of Coach E's Film Room. So once again, your homework, get us in the comments on YouTube or email us gameforallseasons@gmail.com. What defender did Deshaun Watson read on that RPO play where he threw to Jerry Jeudy? Who did he read? Who messed up and opened up that play to get completed? With that being said, thank y'all for watching and see you next week.